Here's more wrestling news for December 5th, 2022. And we're starting today with William Regal, who is expected to return to WWE very soon. And there's been speculation about what he'll do for the company, with the belief that he'll be kept busy behind the scenes. It's been said that Regal will take on an advanced role to do what he was doing before his release, but that may not be all for the former Intercontinental Champion. According to sources in WWE, there has been a significant push for Regal to also have an on-screen role, with those in creative arguing that his AEW run shows he still has it. That same source added that the plan is for Regal to work with his real-life son, Charlie Dempsey, who is making his own name in NXT as a traditionalist wrestler, angry at other superstars who he believes focus more on looking good than honing their skills. When Dempsey got his name, WWE didn't want him to be a Regal, as they wanted the superstar to avoid being compared to his father, and it's possible that he could be Charlie Regal if he is paired with his dear old dad. Fans would have to wait some time for this angle though, as it's reported that any partnership between Regal and Dempsey wouldn't happen until the second half of 2023, with the idea that Charlie needs to establish himself some more before his father gets involved. Regal's presence would certainly give his son a ton of credibility and would allow the British legend to be a heel, something we've not seen from him in WWE in a very long time. For years, Brian Gewirtz worked as a WWE writer and later head writer, putting some of WWE's best and worst ideas on TV. For as much good stuff as fans saw during the Attitude Era and after, there were some real stinkers, but some bad ideas didn't make it past the drawing board. In a tweet, Gewirtz said that ideas discussed during his tenure included Vince McMahon having a midlife crisis, growing a beard, and singing Black Eyed Peas, and for Caval to be revealed as The Undertaker's secret long-lost son. On Twitter, fans questioned how exactly Caval, better known outside WWE as Low Key, could have possibly worked as the Phenom's son, but some said they hope the idea still plays out. Despite impressing in the game show era of NXT, Caval didn't accomplish much during his WWE tenure and was granted his release in December 2010, mere months after his debut. Since then, Low Key has competed all over, including having stints in Impact Wrestling, but don't expect the man once considered The Undertaker Jr. to make a WWE return. When Vince McMahon ran WWE, he went to great lengths to make sure the TV product was exactly how he wanted, no matter how crazy or upsetting it seemed. Older fans won't forget the tasteless Piggy James story, where Mickie James was fat-shamed in an angle, while WWE actually told her she needed to lose weight, but she wasn't the only target. Speaking to Sportskeeda's on One-on-One, Teddy Long said that McMahon always wanted to make sure talent weighed to his expectations and made sure of it backstage. Some days you'd go to a TV there and he'd have a scale. They'd already have a scale out, they'd weigh everybody, and then they'd write down your name and take that list back and give it to Vince. I weighed one day, I had been messing around and I'd put on a little bit, and he came right back to me and told me, "Hey, you're putting on a little bit of weight there." It was earlier this year that rumors circulated that McMahon had pressured Gunther to lose weight, but the Austrian denied any claims that his remarkable body transformation was anyone's decision but his own. It's been reported that WWE's morale post-Vince has been incredibly high, and we imagine talent getting to enjoy the odd slice of pizza without fearing a weigh-in with the boss has helped boost everybody's spirits. If you attend a WWE live event, you'll often get to see the superstars be able to cut loose and have some fun that they wouldn't get to enjoy on TV. Without the pressure of a global audience of millions upon millions of viewers, the talent are able to have fun with the audience, as Seth Rollins showed this past weekend. In a clip shared online, Rollins interacted with a young fan who, with his drip, didn't look too different from the two-time WWE Grand Slam champion. Rollins appreciated the fans' look, and the two shared a moment, complete with both men performing the Visionary's signature cackle. The former Universal Champion recently celebrated a decade on WWE's main roster, and even after all this time, Seth Rollins is still making great memories, as this young fan experienced last weekend. Now, as a WWE superstar, you spend much of your life competing in the ring, but sometimes the action gets very real, even when you're not on camera. Stories of wrestlers brawling, but not for a show, are nothing new, as we saw with AEW All Out, and not even Triple H is immune from inadvertently causing a fight. In his book Undisputed, Chris Jericho recalls a 2005 tour of the United Kingdom, which saw the game ignore an annoying fan's request for an autograph. The fan was being obnoxious, so Triple H ignored him and got on the lift to his room. The punter started yelling, "All you wrestlers, you're all a bunch of One of our referees, Jack Doan, told him to calm down, and the guy popped him in the face and tackled him to the ground. I dropped my bags and ran to Jack's rescue. Bald Boy's friends rushed over to help him, our guys ran over to stop them, the kickboxers and their hooligan sycophants joined the fray, and suddenly the lobby was a Charleston Chiefs Syracuse Bulldogs bench-clearing brawl. Finally the cops came and the boxers and their toadies scattered like the Sox after the Greasers defeated them in the parking lot rumble. The cops were WWE fans, and after asking a few questions, they kicked the remaining dregs out of the hotel, got a few autographs for their kids, and left us alone. WWE Superstars 1, Kickboxers 0. It's good to see that there was such camaraderie among the WWE talent that they'd defend a referee, but hopefully brawls like this are a thing of the past. Since May, Sasha Banks has been missing from WWE programming, as she is serving a suspension for walking out of Raw over creative differences. In August, it was reported that both Banks and Naomi have agreed to return, but despite reports that the pair's comebacks are imminent, neither has been seen. Some have even suggested that this is a sign that Banks is weighing up her options elsewhere, but that isn't the case according to Ric Flair. Speaking on his To Be the Man podcast, Flair discussed Banks' situation and said he's spoken to the boss about her future. Rick said that based on their conversations, he absolutely cannot imagine Banks not returning to WWE, and similarly can't fathom the former women's champion joining AEW. It said that Banks and WWE are still negotiating the money of a new contract, but for now, the boss remains absent with no sign of returning soon. Now, it's been reported that next month, WWE will host an event in India, which will see some huge names appear. Obviously, the biggest name from the roster WWE could call upon is Roman Reigns, and fans in the subcontinent can be expected to acknowledge their tribal chief. Sources who spoke to Sportskeeda said at this time, Reigns is expected to be on the show, especially as the event is being reported as a Smackdown exclusive event. The last time WWE held an event in India, the local fans had a ton of support for Roman Reigns, and while the head of the table is a much different man now, expect a similar response for when the Bloodline arrives in India next month. From the ring to the octagon now, as there's no shortage of MMA fighters who are fans of professional wrestling. It was back in July that Israel Adesanya made his entrance at UFC 276 as The Undertaker, and now another fighter has given a nod to a WWE legend. When Roman Dolidze battled Jack Hermanson this month, the former did everything he could to get the win and at one point locked Hermanson in John Cena's STF. Dolidze's use of the move immediately drew the attention of WWE superstars as Shayna Baszler and Shane Helms responded on social media to the use of the STF. Cena is reported to be returning next year and will be competing at WrestleMania 39, so while Dolidze may have used the move, fans will get to see the man who perfected it in just a few months' time. Last month, Kevin Nash's son Tristan died tragically young at the age of 26 in what was later diagnosed as a seizure-induced heart attack. Before his passing, Tristan had been working with his father on the Click This podcast and had lofty plans for the popular series. On Twitter, Nash said that while he never asks for anything, he requested his fans subscribe to his podcast's YouTube channel in order to fulfill his son's wishes before he passed. Nash explained how Tristan wanted to get one of the YouTube plaques and said he wanted to place it next to his son's urn. Sure enough, fans subscribed to their channel in droves, and Tony Khan was just one of many to click subscribe. Now the channel has surpassed over 100,000 subscribers in a touching moment from fans to make the dream of the late Tristan Nash come true. And we're ending today with Tyson Fury, who in 2019 competed in his first, and to date, only match in WWE, defeating Braun Strowman via countout at that year's Crown Jewel. In the years since, Fury has teased a return to WWE and has repeatedly teased having a match with Drew McIntyre, something the two-time former WWE champion has also teased. McIntyre and Fury serenaded the crowd to end Clash at the Castle earlier this year, and in a recent interview with Boxing Social, Fury said he still plans on making more of an impact in WWE. When asked about a possible tag match pitting him and his father, former boxer John Fury, against Jake and Logan Paul, the boxing champion said the match sounds good and that they should do it. A match pitting the Furies against the Pauls would certainly be a big deal and would earn WWE a ton of attention, so don't count out such a high-profile match at one of the Saudi shows. That's it, guys. That's your wrestling news for today. Make sure to check out our channel for amazing wrestling content. Also, subscribe to our channel for daily wrestling news.